Hi, this is Dan Cardoza back with day number 11 of the Transform 21-Day Rapid Fat Loss Toolkit. Today we're going to talk about one of the biggest enemies to your fat loss and weight loss progress, and that is the consumption of added sugar. Sugar, of course, is a carbohydrate. And like we talked about a couple of days ago, you do need carbohydrates, but you want to get your carbohydrate intake from sources that contain fiber. Remember, we talked about consuming carbohydrates that are very rich in their fiber content because that's going to stabilize blood sugar. It's also going to slow the process of digestion and also add to the overall thermic effect of food. Added sugar, on the other hand, is one of the most simple and uncomplex forms of carbohydrate that there is. And so fat loss golden rule number 5 simply states that you're going to want to eliminate, and I know that's a strong word, but you're going to want to eliminate, not just reduce it, not just watch it carefully, you're going to want to eliminate added sugar from your diet at all costs. By any means necessary, eliminate it, and it will dramatically affect your weight loss and fat loss goals. Now, I want to give you a few examples here because there's not really much to the lesson more than to say that you want to eliminate those added sugars, but I do want to give you some examples of some foods. Some you would expect to have high sugar and some you probably wouldn't expect to have high sugar, but let's look at a couple examples of foods that you probably eat or eat with some regularity that contain high amounts of sugar. First, let's consider beverages. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, I realize that Coca-Cola is very high in sugar, but did you realize that even that medium bottle of Coke right in the middle contains 65 grams of sugar? That is a ton of sugar. That's going to send your blood sugar through the roof, which ultimately is going to result in a spike in insulin, and all of those sugar calories are going to be sent away to the liver, converted to fat, and stored on your tummy or other fat storage sites. So you think, okay, Coca-Cola, I realize that, but what about alcohol? I don't know if you realize this, but this alcoholic, fruity alcoholic beverage contains 30 grams of sugar. Or iced tea, for example, that bottle of iced tea contains almost 50 grams of sugar. Now you might be thinking, well, you know, those are all processed drinks. What about natural orange juice? Well, believe it or not, that bottle of orange juice on our screen that you're looking at right now contains almost 50 grams of sugar as well. It's just as bad as Coca-Cola as far as its sugar content. And so you're going to want to avoid sugary, high-calorie beverages like this if your goal is fat loss. So you're going to want to eliminate all these things away. What are you going to drink in its place? Well, we'll get to that in a future lesson, but the obvious answer is you want to drink lots of water or water-based beverages that are free from added sugar. Let's go to the next category, desserts. A little tub of Haagen-Dazs, it's so small and so cute, but it contains 84 grams of sugar. Right below that, a small slice of Mrs. Smith's apple pie contains 20 grams of sugar, and even Jell-O. You might think, oh, Jell-O is just a nice innocent treat. Well, there's almost 20 grams of sugar, the same as in a slice of apple pie. Let's consider some common candies. Small little package of Skittles, almost 50 grams of sugar. A stick of Starburst, the whole package of Starburst, 34 grams of sugar. Or right below that, you take your typical candy bar, and of course there's a couple of different sizes of Snickers bars here in this diagram. The regular size, not the jumbo family size, but the regular size Snickers contains 30 grams of sugar. Let's take some breakfast foods, for example. 2 Pop-Tarts, 34 grams of sugar. A Cinnabon, a whopping 55 grams of sugar. If you had 2 Eggo waffles with a little bit of syrup on it, 37 grams of sugar. And if you took a small bowl of Captain Crunch cereal or any of those sugary cereals, 24 grams of sugar. And so as you can see, it doesn't take a lot from some of these common household foods to ramp up your sugar content. We're going to look in the next video at some foods that contain sugar naturally, and I'll explain the difference between added sugar and naturally occurring sugar. But these foods that we've looked at here today are foods that you want to avoid at all costs. Let's go on to the next video.